Hello pawb, croeso nôl I WelshBloke Walking, welcome back to WelshBloke Walking. Do you know, I have a fascination with Welsh tourist places off-season, when there's nobody there, no visitors, no tourists, just the indigenous population, when everything is closed down and quiet. It's a bit like Buzz Aldrin when he described the moon as having a magnificent desolation about it. Something like that. Now, as my birthday is in January, which is the middle of the winter, I usually use that as an excuse to come and visit somewhere. Now this year is a big one. It's the big 7-0. So I've used this time as an excuse to come here, to Aberystwyth. Oh yes. So here we are at Castell Aberystwyth. Didn't know that Aberystwyth had a castle? Neither did I. But there's been castles here since the 12th century, and they changed hands repeatedly as the Normans warred with the Welsh. This place was captured by both Owain Gwynedd and Llywelyn the Great, who razed the place to the ground. The present castle was a construction of King Edward I in his campaign against the Welsh. In the far end of the castle grounds, I noticed there's a cenotaph. A rather splendid looking cenotaph. I think it requires a closer look. So here it is. And it is every bit as impressive as I thought it would be. Enough sightseeing, Will, I hear you cry. Where's today's walk? Well, gentle viewers, today I thought we would start here at the castle and follow the promenade along the whole length of Aberystwyth, finishing on that bryn in the distance, known as Craig Glas, or Constitution Hill. Ti'n barod? You ready? Let's go. The first thing I notice about this place is its marvellous architecture. Albeit hidden beneath scaffolding at the moment, as the town renovates itself in preparation for the summer visitors, giving us only an occasional glimpse of the treasures behind. The next thing to come our way is a typical seaside pier. It's a pretty ordinary looking pier, and you could be forgiven for thinking that there's nothing special about it. But special it is, because this was the first pleasure pier ever built in the whole of Wales, back in 1865. But of course, Aberystwyth is famous for its stormy seafront, and 7 months after opening, almost 100 feet of the pier was smashed off and washed away by the sea. The pier is also famous hereabouts as a base for the local starling population, who tend to hang about on the scaffolding. And if you are lucky to be passing the place at dusk, you may see them come out to play. Remember me saying that Aberystwyth is famous for its stormy seafront? Well, that's why you tend to find most of the beach here, on the pavements. Today though, the water is calm and the beach is deserted and quiet. There's no shortage of places to sit. And the main street, which in summer is packed wall to wall with tourists, is empty and silent. On we go. Now that's a shame. I'm partial to a Hifenya. Mind you, with the present temperature of just 3 degrees, it's probably not the weather. Now this handsome building may be familiar to you if you're a fan of Welsh detective TV series. In particular, the Cymru Noir TV detective show Hinterland, in which this building was the location of the police headquarters. The show was filmed both in English and in Welsh versions and was based here in Aberystwyth.
A Gwyll starts Tuesday night on S4C.
So now we've reached the end of the promenade and the light is beginning to fade. It's time to think of going up that fella. In season, of course, we could have used the funicular railway. But at this time of year, there's only one way to get to the top, and that's to walk. And it looks like this path is part of Llwybr Arfordir Ceredigion, the Ceredigion coastal path. Within no time at all, the view begins to open up. Here's a little footbridge to take us over the funicular railway. Looking down the track, we can see that little station we passed on the way up, and the town beyond. A little bit further on is, guess what? Another funicular railway footbridge. And just in case you thought that was the end of the footbridges, no. There's one more to go. And from this bridge, we can look up to see the summit station. As you probably know, I can't resist a shortcut. And this path definitely looks like a shortcut. Well, shortcut or not, it's delivered me to the summit. And here is the summit beacon base. Looking about, there are a number of minor beacon bases dotted around the summit. Their chains gently swaying and clanking in the breeze. Their mournful sound gives a wonderfully desolate feeling to the place. And the ravaged shrubbery gives testament to the constant wind that at this time of year rips over the summit. The camera obscura stands quiet. And the visitor centre below is like a ghost town. It feels like I have the entire place to myself. As the light continues to fade, I take a final look at the town below. As I look, I'm able to trace my way back. Back along the quiet and sleepy promenade. Past the empty sea-view seats. Past the deserted main street. And past the historic Starling-owned Pier. Past the impressive buildings. Right back to where our journey began. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to comment, like and share. So until next time, hwyl fawr i chi.